I have a good story for this one. So like we've been doing this for years and
Shout out Sam and Colby.
years and years, but recently one of the scariest things that's ever happened to me in my entire life was I was alone in this mansion. Where was it? In Texas or something?
Texas.
We were
Super
the first.
small town. We're talking like 1,000 people in this room.
We were the only ones that investigated it too, I believe. Like, or the first ones. Yeah, I'm alone in this like mansion by myself. In the
Where
most
were
haunted
you?
room.
We're never getting through this.
We do this
Well, he's
thing now
alone.
where
I
we
mean,
they're a
split up,
duo.
yeah.
They split up. You guys
Okay.
She was
intentionally
in the
split up.
cellar.
Okay.
I was in like the upstairs of this mansion.
Got it.
Right. What were you
Anyways.
wearing?
Anyways, but yeah, right. I was asking out to like the most haunted, like in the most haunted room, like the most haunted spirit or whatever, and like the door behind me just slammed.
What?
Just like actually, like not like a wind, like
Like a
whatever,
creaking
not AC.
closed
It
or-
was like violent.
And it was right-
windows
Oh my
open
God.
or anything.
So you were like, if there's a spirit here or a ghost or
Yes,
something,
yes.
communicate with me, whatever, and then it happened right there.
But I said, close this door right now.
no.
I swear to God.
my
I swear to
God.
God. I was just like, if there's somebody here, close this right now. I start walking away from the door, slams it behind me. I immediately start crying.
I was gonna
You
say,
see
I
all
would-
over
I
your
would-
I would
face.
too.
Oh, I just got
Like,
chills.
See, and then people.
Bro, if that happened to me, I think I would jump out a window. I don't even think I would have the emotion to cry or like scream. I think I would literally just jump out of the fucking window. Cause that is like very like scary movie-esque. You know what I mean? Like what are we doing here? Like, and this is what I'm talking about. You're going to look for that type of shit and then that happens, bro. You found it. I mean,
People don't believe that, and then so what we did is for the next, we're there for like 12 hours. So we put a camera there after that happened. We're like, what if it happens again? We're 50 feet away, three or four rooms down the hall, and without us even being in the near vicinity, slams just as hard. Like 3
And
hours
you
later.
caught it on camera?
On
my
camera,
God.
it's
Same
on,
spirit, same room,
on our
yep.
channel. Like it literally, no one's around. You
gosh.
can see the stream and hear our voices down the hall. No way we could possibly do that.
Is this like
Oh,
in the moment?
wow.
Is this like funny to you, or do you like? I would think about that for the rest of my
Like we
life.
look
No,
forward to being
literally.
like, all right, let's do this podcast. We got to film this week. You guys, I feel like it would be like, fuck, we got to go catch some
I don't know
ghosts
how you do that.
again.
It's
I would
kinda
be like
traumatizing.
dreading it.
I mean, it's something that we've obviously been like jaded to now a little bit, but of course after that,
when things like
happened,
that, I mean, you were not the same
That's
person
crazy.
for
Oh,
like
no,
5 days
Yeah, it was like I was like
see it.
quiet for like a week.
in his eyes. Like he's like never seen me.
It was
Oh
bad.
my!
Oh, I think I was 13 when this happened. So in the city that I live in, there was all these abandoned buildings. And it was in a certain street. Like it was like a whole street full of abandoned buildings. And essentially, as a kid, we would go hang out there a lot, bro. Just because it was, and I mean, like, these are abandoned businesses, and there was a hotel, and, a huge department store that was all abandoned. Get in all of it very, very easily. There was homeless people living in one of them, but they were living in, like, the small
Veal
little
Mercy.
shopping center.
What is up, homie?
They're living in the small little shopping center type thing. And yeah, so all I remember was that we would go there and hang out there a lot. So during the summer, we would spend like a lot of the time, during the summer just hanging out there. And we would just do bad stuff, like start fires, break windows, do a bunch of bad stuff. And so we would go there and we knew that like the police could not get in there. They could, but it's like you have to kind of climb, hop fences, and do all this other stuff. They're not going to get out the car. Even if they see us in there, they're not going to come. So we would hang out there a lot. We would hang out in this hotel specifically. It was like a 2 or 3 story hotel, maybe 3 stories. And we would hang out in the hotel, but the weird thing about the hotel, it just had a bad vibe. Like all the blinds inside were closed. So every time you would go in a room, it seemed like you would just have to open the blinds up to let light in. That was the only way you were gonna get any form of light. So we would hang out there a lot. It was all abandoned. One day we go there, we're hanging out there, and this is during the day, bro. This is during the day. We go into the hotel. We're at the bottom. There's like a little courtyard. There's like a fountain, a little desk where you would check in, all this stuff, but it's all abandoned. And we go there at the bottom and we hear something upstairs. But for some reason, even though we all walked in, there was 4 of us, like me and 3 of my friends, we thought it was another one of our friends. But then I looked around and I'm like, whoa, wait, 4 of us. We're all standing right here. Who is upstairs? But we weren't really scared or anything like that. We're just like, okay, let's go see. So we go upstairs and mind you, we don't hear like a voice. All we hear is just walking. You know what I mean? And it's like the whole business is kind of hollowed out since it's abandoned. So of course you're going to be able to hear like walking. Like you can hear everything. It's super hollow. Everything is echoing, the whole 9. So we get up to the 2nd floor and I go into one of the rooms and I'm like, man, this room looks like somebody ran in here and kind of threw everything around. You know what I mean? Like it looked trash. And like, yes, we would go in there and we would do stuff like that a lot, but it didn't make any sense because I was thinking in my head, like, we had been there previously the day before, pretty late. It didn't look like that. Like it wasn't jacked up like that. So we are in the second story of this hotel, and mind you, the blinds. That's the only way you're gonna let sunlight get into the rooms that you're in. Otherwise, there's no lights. Like all the electricity is off. So we go into this one room and everything is kind of a mess. I climb over, it's like a chair, there's like mattresses, just random stuff on the floor. I climb over that to go open up the blinds. The blinds are on the opposite of the room from the door. I walk over to the blinds, put my hand on the little thing to turn it. I turn it. Bro, there's somebody looking at me like through the blinds, bro. It was the scariest shit ever because there was somebody looking at me, but I couldn't see. Like it was just like a shadow. Like it wasn't but it almost looked like somebody was peeking in. Here's the thing though. I swiftly realized we're on the second floor. There's no balcony outside. There's nothing for you to stand on. It's literally a window. There's not even a small ledge for a cat to stand on it. So if there was someone looking at me through, it wasn't a real person. It was clearly a ghost. So I'm scared. I run from the window to the door, back to the end of the door, or to the end of the room where the door was. I hop out the door and I run into the room where the rest of my friends are in, and we're chilling there, and I'm telling them about what just happened. And my friend witnessed this. Where their window was, somebody walked by. But mind you, at all 4 points of this hotel, like all 4 sides, there's no fucking balcony. There's not even a ledge, like I said, for a cat to walk up there, let alone a human being. Bro, we ran out the hotel so fast. Like, man, I just remember being a kid and thinking like, bro, this is why you shouldn't be doing bad stuff, you know, hanging out on fucking private property, trespassing, doing all this shit. Like, bro, we ran out so quickly. I mean, and then from then on, we would hang out there, but we would hang out outside in the parking lot downstairs. Or we would sometimes go in the main lobby, but we would never go upstairs because we realized very quickly, we were like, yeah, this is beyond scary. I had to give you guys my own encounter just because it popped up into my head while we were listening to theirs. It's like, oh, I remember that. I remember when that happened. And the funny part is now, these were all abandoned. All those businesses were abandoned. And honestly, that's probably why it was fucking haunted. Who knows what was going on there? There was homeless people that would live there. Like, who know? Somebody could have died there, you know? And so, yeah, it was abandoned. You know, this is when I was a kid. I was probably in middle school, maybe like high school, but I think like middle school. And now that whole lot was leveled. They demolished all those buildings and they turned them into apartments. So now they're like luxury apartments. But I always think about that because I'm like, dude, if we buy into the whole spiritual this and spiritual that, shouldn't those spirits still be on that lot? Like, do you think the people in those apartments get haunted? Because they have a balcony, you know? So I don't know. But I remember that. I remember thinking like, wait, how did somebody, even if it was a homeless person, how did they walk by if we were on the second floor and there's no balcony? And they didn't shimmy by like on a little ledge. They walked by. Bro, it was I could never explain that to nobody because it was just so out of pocket. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. But like I said, moral of the story, we went in there a couple more times. A few more times. I remember we went in there one time and there was a fire extinguisher that they left. And I remember my friend indoors just shooting off the fire extinguisher. There was that like white stuff everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Like, I don't even know how we were able to breathe in there. Because I mean, he emptied the whole fire extinguisher. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, we used to just get into trouble, man. And those are the days. But yeah, chat, one of my scary stories, I had to give it to you. If you like this story, leave a like. And yeah, happy Halloween, chat.